Welcome to the local quarterfinal matchup here at Woodland Park in Columbia, Tennessee. We have an excellent match in front of us. It's the last quarterfinal. We have Kelley versus Darius Turrentine. We should be starting here soon. See you on hole one. All right, guys, welcome to hole one, the matchup between Darius and Ben. We're letting a couple people first finish up on hole one. Should be a pretty good matchup. Hole one's hole one is a 589-foot hole, par four. Plays a little shorter than that with the new alternate pin position. Probably closer to 560, 565. We have a couple gentlemen that are finishing up on hole one before we start. This should be a pretty good matchup. Both of them come in with really good wins from round one. I believe Darius won over Quentin on hole 13. So looks like Darius is going first. He throws a hyzer. It does not flip over, but the power line.
I've already won the match, baby!
As you can tell, Darius is pretty excited. That was definitely going into the woods, but the power line absolutely saved him. All right, now here's Ben. And he throws one more conventionally out wide, hyzering back in. And it's a great pull. Great throw. So both of them are in really good positions to make a three on this hole. So I want to welcome you to Woodland Park in Columbia, Tennessee. We've already had an excellent tournament so far. I see that continuing. Anytime you can max out registration on a match play event, I think that shows a sign of success not only for disc golf and how much it's growing, but also for the club here, Muletown Disc Golf. I think the club has done a great job of growing the sport here. And talking about match play is a different format than stroke play. So for those just watching, never watched match play, you're not, unlike stroke play where you're just playing to see who has the least amount of strokes at the end of the round. In match play, you're actually playing to win holes. And it doesn't matter how much you win a hole by or how much you lose a hole by. It's just one. So the format really lends itself to being aggressive. So if you know that you have to start running putts or running shots, then you really have a green light. So here's Darius Turrentine with his second shot. A little hyzer flip. It's Oh, Harley gets a great skip. He's probably 15, 20 feet away from the basket. Definitely in circle one. So great upshot. He took advantage of the power pole knocking his disc down from going into the woods. And for those not here, we have an excellent day. It's 70 degrees, sunny, minimal wind. You're going to see the wind popping up and down as we go throughout the day. We've had rain earlier today, so the ground is a little wet. And the grass is, I would say, moderate height. It's no longer as short as it was for some of the other matches, but rollers are still definitely in play. Okay. And here's Ben Kelley for his second shot. He's sitting probably 100 feet away. And he throws a little Annie. He's probably 10 feet away from the basket. Should be for Ben, should be an easy 3 for him. So hole one's original pin placement is in the middle of the screen behind those trees, but with the new alt pin position, it's actually to the left. It brings the left woods into play more, but there's so many gaps to putt through. Here's Darius for his 3. And he misses high and left. You have to wonder whether the wind blowing there kind of just threw him off just for a split second, because we had a little gust come through. We don't feel it anymore. All right, so here's Kelley to win the hole. He knocks it in. He'll go 1 up through 1. We'll see you in hole 2. And we're back. Hole 2, 275 feet. Par 3 plays uphill about 8 to 10 feet, so it plays essentially about 300. Ben Kelley has it to tee. And he throws a slight turnover. This is looking really nice. He's probably sitting 15 feet away. It's an excellent shot. The crowd is enamored with that shot. Darius to answer. And he just gets it underneath the tree, but it's getting a lot of distance. He has a long look. You know, considering where that disc started, it definitely could have been a whole lot worse. But where he's at, he has an opportunity to make a run at this and try to put the pressure back on Ben Kelley. So hole 2 is one of the holes that plays as one of the harder holes in the course. Consistently averages just under par. Depends on the tee, which group you're a part of, as to how hard this hole is. I would say from a lot of the AMs, a lot of the shorter arm players, this plays as probably the hardest hole on the course. Excuse me, from the short tees. So we're now getting up to Darius's. Probably has an outside the circle look, probably 40 feet. This is for his 2. and he just misses it right. He gave it an excellent run, though. Really good speed to try to get it up to the basket. Ben Kelley has an opportunity here to take the hole. However, we'll go 2 up through 2. And he misses just short. So he is in for par. So Darius has a chance to have the hole.
That's not missing right. Outside the circle, I'm good.
So Darius has a chance to have the hole here after that miss. So here's Darius for par into half. And he hits just top of the cage. Ben's going to get away with missing a putt there. He'll go 2 up through 2. We'll see you on hole 3. And we're back. Hole 3. 560 feet up the hill. Ben Kelley has the tee. And he throws a pretty long shot. He's easily cut this hole in half. Great shot by Kelley. Now Darius to answer. And he throws a hyzer flip, and it's going to stay on the left side. It's a great shot by both of them. This is one of the holes where if you have a big arm, you have a distinct advantage on this hole. It plays severely uphill, probably a good 15 to 20 feet up the hill, adding at least 40 feet of distance. This hole feels longer than 600 feet. And as we've mentioned in previous broadcasts, if you can make a 3 on this hole, more than likely you're going to take this hole. We haven't seen 2 threes yet, but the further we go into the tournament, the more likely that becomes we could see 2 threes. I would say if either one of these gentlemen are able to get a 3 on this hole, though, good chance they're taking the hole. So this could be a big shot for both of them. Kelley, if he parks this, he could go 3 up through 3. Absolutely start putting tons of pressure on Darius to find a shot, make a shot, do something. Darius, if he is able to park it and have a chance at 3, he would send a message back to Kelley. So they've talked it out, and Kelley is out. Kelley second. And he turns it over a little bit. So he's definitely left the door open here for Darius. Darius could just get this closer and put more pressure on Ben. Pressure can do a whole lot in these types of matches. Here's Darius second. And he threw it high, but it got through a lot. And he is up by the tree. He's looking at probably a 25-foot putt. So inside of Ben. So Ben has to take his next shot. So
I can't even see your foot, but I just had to say it. 11 foot in front of my desk, bro. It's tradition.
I believe the crowd was wanting to hear foot fault. So, but Ben decided not to call it on his competitor. So we'll see how that plays out for the rest of the match. If there's any mental psychology there going on. The winner of this match would play Clint right, and Clint typically throws it in area for just passing now, so neither one of them got to that area, so Clint with his arm speed would be able to get there. Here's Ben in his third shot. And he ran it. He's probably 10, 15 feet past, but he absolutely did run that one. So Darius has an opportunity here to get a hole back and go down only one. So here's Darius for his three and to gain the hole. And he sails it over the basket. He absolutely gave it enough. You tell he absolutely wanted that shot. The question is who's going to be out now. Looks like Darius is going, so Darius for his four. And he's in. So Ben must make this. And Ben made sure he made that. And we have the hole. We'll see you on hole 4.
Of course, I felt a big head.
And we're back. Hole 4, about 440 feet to the new location. Ben just catches the inside trees. See if Darius can take advantage of the situation.
Oh my God.
And he tries to throw a hyzer flip, and he gets the wrong kick from the tee from the tree at the entrance. Kicks left into the woods. So both gentlemen will be playing some scramble golf here. So just a little recap of the first 3 holes. Ben Kelley takes hole 1 with an absolute park job. Hole 2, Ben Kelley takes it after missing a short putt to take the hole. Darius came back and was just short. And then the last hole would be halved. Both of them played it pretty solid. Both of them made pars on it. So, hole 4, this feels like an opportunity for either one to gain the momentum on their side. I would say after that last hole, Kelley's definitely comfortable where he's at right now. But he's made a couple remarks about the missed putt on 2. Even though he did win the hole, he still missed the putt. So that could come into play. Looks like they've determined Darius is going to go first. So he's there with the white hat. Darius is second. And he's out. Drake is in disbelief of the shot. He can't believe that it did not advance more. Ben with a chance to get up. Ben second. And we don't know if that roll was good or not. It may have pinched him off and he may not have many options going forward. But he did advance further up the fairway past Darius, so both gentlemen will be throwing their third stroke. Darius, his third shot. throws a forehand around the corner. Does really well. I don't know if he's happy with his shot or not. He may not be happy. It may have skipped oddly. Couldn't tell from where we were at.
Let me take over.
So, Ben's second. His disc actually rolled back. He's not as pinched off as he could be, but he really doesn't have a great look at advancing up the fairway much more. With his opponent on the far left side, I was expecting him to lay up, but he's showing a mesh. He is showing. Okay. So the crowd is wild with the decision that Kelley has made. He decides to lay up into the fairway, throwing his four. This whole time and time again, we see this whole play into a lot of the matches just for the, it's a very fair hole, but it's very difficult. We saw many times you see pars. You can see a couple birdies, but in the quarterfinal match between Doug and Clint, we saw 2 doubles, and they ended up having the hole. So it looks like Darius is going to go first, actually. And he throws it high. We don't know where it ended. We do see some leaves come off the trees, though. So here's Kelley for his fourth, and he knows he can just go short and be fine. See what he decides to do. Backhand turnover. And he's not really in a good position either. He's in a possibly better position. We don't know where Darius's disc has kicked off to. So both of them will be throwing their fifth. This hole did play as the most difficult hole in the 2019 Woodland Open, playing over par actually at 4.08. So we'll see whether these gentlemen can salvage bogeys, or are we looking at 2 doubles or even more. So looks like Darius is with his caddy trying to determine what's his best option here. Okay. Looks like they're still assessing the situation. In this hole earlier with Clint and Doug, we saw Clint absolutely get swallowed up into the woods. And once you start getting too deep into the woods, it's really hard to get out, find good lanes out. So it looks like the crowd is getting swallowed by the woods right now. It's like Michael Hammock is getting swallowed, but he's able to recover. All right, Darius with his fifth. And he throws a really good turnover from where he was at. He's going to be putting. He'll be putting for 6, but it was an excellent recovery shot from where he was at. So he's definitely inside of Ben as well, so that allows him to see what Ben does. Alright, so Ben knows his situation. Ben's sitting on 5. If he can make this, he will take the hole. So, here we go. So Ben for 5 and take the hole. And he hits the front of the cage.
That was great, dude.
Darius has a chance to make this putt and take half the hole.
I did want to see a
Yeah, that's what I said. Bro, see, this is a practice round. I'd be able to throw a cutter roll so I can tell you.
So here's Darius. 4-6. And to potentially have the hole. And he's in. He's in. Looks like he's going to have the hole. Ben should have a tap in here. And he's in. We'll stay at 2. Kelley 2 up. We'll see you on hole 5. And we're back hole 5. You just saw Kelley throw a forehand just to left, but I think it made it through. It's Turrentine with his team. And
We got those putts.
Yeah, a little bit.
goes for the hyzer flip. And just early released it. Hole 5 plays as one of the more interesting holes in the course. Easy to make a par on this hole, but it's also very easy just to catch the woods at the wrong spot and end up taking a bogey or a double bogey. Other interesting thing about this hole is the alt pin position is in a very interesting spot. It's gotten some divided reactions amongst locals here. We'll see it in a minute. Both gentlemen didn't get off the tee exactly the way they wanted, but I believe they're both okay. Here's Darius with his second. And he lays up. He's sitting 10 feet past the basket. He should be able to make that back for a par. Kelley is just off fairway, though. Looks like he's taking a jump putt stance. Kelley almost cashes in on some of that Kelley magic and just comes up short of the basket. He'll have a tap in par, though. So going through 5, we should see a push here. I'm expecting both competitors to make their putts. Through 5 holes. I would say we have some nerves coming out. There's mind games being played, it looks like. Looks like both competitors are trying to feel their way through. Yes, here's Darius for his par. And he's in. I expect to see Kelley knock his in as well. And once he knocks his in, we'll see you on hole 6. We'll see you on hole 6. And we are back. Hole 6 plays 355 feet long. The road is OB. This depends on who you ask. This could be the start of Birdie Row, or hole 5 could be. So we'll see what happens here. I believe they're waiting for a runner to make it through, so they're so the runner doesn't get hit, possibly. Here's Kelley with the tee shot. And he throws more of a straight approach at it, but it's hyzering early towards the woods. He's not gone into the woods. He'll have a little bit of a possibly obstructed putt with some overhanging branches. So we'll see what Darius Turrentine can do here. Throws a huge hyzer. Looks like it's also crashing early as well, but he gets down there quite a bit. He'll have an uphill putt going towards the road, but an uphill putt. There's a good chance he will be putting second, so he'll get to see what Kelley decides to do from his lie. First 5 holes in, I would say. Like I said, before we got to hole 6, I think definitely some mental games being played. We've had some nerve shown in some various locations. We've seen a couple of the Kelley's putts that are short. He's already missed one. And he almost missed a second one. And then I would say Darius's full shots, he's been back and forth. So, and the wind is picking up here now. Picked up either during or right before their tee shot. And that's the interesting thing about hole 6's tee shot is the wind up at the tee can feel totally different than the wind in the middle of the fairway. So we'll see how this affects their putting strategy going to the basket. Kelley is 2 up. Darius looks like he's settled into his game, his play. Definitely playing pretty solid golf as of right now. Both of them obviously hole 4 is something they want to forget, but they were both able to all square it. So here's Kelley with the second shot. And he is in. Downhill putt towards the road. It looks absolutely solid. So he's in for his 2, so Darius now has to answer in order to half the hole. And he is just high. Definitely gave it a go. We're looking at Kelley will be 3 up. We're going to hole 7. We'll see you there. And we're back. Hole 7. We did just miss the tee shots. Kelley just barely got out of the trees. You can see him approaching his disc now. This will be for 2. Or excuse me, not Darius, but Kelley is approaching his disc now. This will be for his 2. He's trying to throw a flex for it, and it actually goes through, doesn't hit any of the trees, as you saw, and he's looking at a really long putt to make his 3 now. So Darius has an opportunity here to get a hole and go back down to being only 2 down. He threw a thumber, it looked like, went through the gap. He's sitting probably 15 feet away, and really he gets an opportunity to see if Kelley can make this long putt before he has to make any decisions. So Kelley needs to make this in order to force Darius to make his to take the hole. So a little bit of strategy here. Darius is actually going first. And he puts it to bed. Kelley doesn't have to putt. Darius takes the hole. Kelley's only 2 up now. Darius takes the hole. We'll see you on hole 8. Here we are, hole 8, 240 feet. Darius takes the hyzer approach, looking really good. Maybe long. It is a tad long. So you have to assume maybe some energy from getting the last hole. A little more adrenaline caused that disc to fly a little further. Here's Kelley to answer. And this is on a Charline. He is absolutely parked. He's right under the basket, so he's going to force Darius to make that putt. This is the one hole where you feel like if you have to get a 2, if you don't get a 2, you're probably going to lose a stroke. And this is one of the holes where it's very aceable. We've already had 1 ace on this hole in this competition, Dustin Nelson. He loved his celebration. He was mimicking one of his idols, he says, of disc golf. But this is an excellent hole to practice the hyzer backhand on for beginners here. And there's really not much variation between the shorts and the longs on this one. So as we look at it here, Darius, he's probably 15, 20 feet past the basket. Needs to make that for his 2. It looks like Kelley is just 5 feet short of the basket. He's probably going to tap in for his 2. I don't see him missing that one. But here we go. Here's Darius to answer back and potentially have the hole. And he drains it. Excellent putt. Catched it just a tad high right, but definitely center enough that it was good. Kelley knocks his in. We're going to stay all. They'll split the hole. We'll see you on hole 9. Here we're at hole 9. Darius has the tee. Looked like he was trying to take the outside gap, but be really tight with it and just hits the tree. Kelley with an opportunity here. And he does throw forehand flex, but it flexed too much, and he's actually sitting pretty far away, probably 50, 55 feet away from the basket. It's definitely within his range to make that type of putt. So Darius definitely needs to get it up and put the pressure back on Kelley. But Darius has an opportunity here to get back inside and put more pressure back on Kelley. We'll see what he decides to do. It says 247 feet from the tee. "247 feet from the longs." Plays about 275, 280. Darius, his second. Throws a hyzer. Absolutely catches it, but it goes through quite a bit. He's going to have some trees to go through, but he definitely got down there quite a bit. He was probably pretty pinched off, and it was probably hard to get that disc to come back straight towards the basket. So, high level of difficulty, a shot there. So when we start talking about the competition, we start looking at the bracket. We have Clint rides through. Clint will play the winner of this match of Ben Kelley versus Darius. We already have the other semifinal. We have Grant Kelley versus Dustin Nelson. And all three of those competitors have been absolutely on a tear. They've shown a lot of great shots through their competition. So here's Ben with his second. Just short, but he'll tap in for par, so Darius knows he needs to make this putt in order to have the hole. But going back, when we start looking at the competition so far, obviously Clint is known for having big distance shots. Here's Darius for the 3. Oh, just off the cage. Absolutely gave it a good putt. You can tell he's devastated by that. He felt really good about that putt. Looks really good from here. But as it is, looks like Kelley will tap in for his 3. He takes the hole. He'll go back up 3. We'll see you on hole 10. And you just saw Kelley take his tee shot. Looks like he was trying to go roller. But he got a lot of distance. Oh, it could still be rolling. We'll see when we get down there. People behind us have said good shots. But here's Darius. His tee shot. And he hits the tree right in the middle. If it misses that tree, he's looking at an excellent shot. He's going to be way down there. Excellent decision to take that roller, just a tad off on the execution. So he'll have to scramble in order to possibly get his 3, maybe get a 4. 3's definitely still in the question, though. Dustin and Grant have both played excellent disc golf up to this point. Watch that match. I think Dustin, I think he secretly has a ton of power. We saw his drive match cleanse. And we know Grant can putt with anybody. We saw in the last match, that's how he absolutely started gaining momentum against Bradford, was through his putting. So, here's Darius for his second shot. Goes to throw a forehand. Turns it over a little too much. He'll actually be sitting up. He should be able to make a 4 from there. Probably not the exact result he wants. So as we look at this match from the front nine, I would say, obviously Kelley has the advantage on the scoreboard, but it feels like it's been a tighter match than the score indicates. It feels like it's close to all square. Really haven't felt a ton of momentum go either way. We've seen Kelley miss one short putt, Ben miss one short putt, and almost miss another one. And Darius has had just a couple shots go offline here and there. Here's Kelley for his second. And he throws his approach. And I think he made it through the trees. We'll see as we get closer. We ended up getting caught behind, but I think he made it through the trees. He may be sitting up for 3. He may be able to take this match and go 4 up. If it's anything like a lot of the others, it feels like when you get to hole 10, whoever wins hole 10 gathers a ton of momentum going into the rest of the back 9. And we've seen that time and time again throughout this matchup, or through this match play. So here's Darius. He's with his third. I think he knows he has to be aggressive here. Just catches the left tree. It had a really good line on it. He's going to have a tough putt from there, though. He'll have to choose which angle he wants to take to attack the basket. He absolutely needs to run this. So, looks like Ben did not make it through the trees. He's actually in a rough spot. He may not have a great shot here. Here's his third. He can take the hole here. And he's in. Great putt from a rough spot. He's going to go 4 up through 10. We'll see you on hole 11. And we're back. Hole 11. Kelley has tee box. Looks like he wanted to throw a turnover forehand. It gets really high. It's up near the old basket, for those that know these basket locations. But he should have a simple throw down to make his par. Here's Darius with his tee. And looks like it just slipped out of his hands.
He's already offended. I'm playing so bad.
Looks like it just slipped out of his hands. Tough break there, but he has an opportunity. He knows that Kelley is not parked. He knows Kelley's probably not making it too. I don't see Kelley running that putt. So he knows if he can just get it up to the basket, give himself 15, 20 footer for par. No, I mean, he can potentially have this hole even after that tee shot. So that's the thing about match play. He knows where he's at. He knows his standing. He knows he can be kind of aggressive on this shot. So we'll see what he decides to do to be aggressive from there. So hole 11 typically plays about 275 to the pin. This probably playing 320, 325 to the new location, the alternate pin location that we have now. I would say it's a true test. It's not necessarily the hardest 3 to get, but it is definitely one of the hardest 2s to get now. Let's see what Darius decides to do. So. And just low out of his hand. Looked like he had a great idea there. Try to use a straight to hyzer shot, match the hill, and let it stop itself. Just a tad low release. So Kelley should be up now. Darius looks like he is closer, so it looks like Darius or Kelley will be up now. Ben. And I'll take that back. Kelley is much closer. He was not standing by his disc, so it's Darius' shot, actually. So Darius knows he has to be aggressive here. He knows he needs to make this basket. So Darius. And just under the basket. Really good line. It's a really good line. Just needed a little more height. So Kelley now knows what he can do. It looks like that's what he's planning on, just laying up, taking par. Kelley second. And that came out of his hands kind of oddly. So he said he was trying to run that putt. He felt like he had the strokes to play with. So maybe the mind games are now turning around again. So maybe there are more mind games. This is still to win the hole. Kelley for par to win the hole. Go 5 up. And he's in. He goes 5 up after 11. We'll meet you back on hole 12. Hole 12, par 3, 270 feet long. Really both forehand and backhand are options here. Ben goes the backhand route. Looks like he's going to take the inside if it gets through. It does fight through pretty good. He'll have a good 20-foot putt. A little bit obstructed, but can be easily made for him. Here's Darius to answer back. So you hear Darius' game plan was to get into the open area so he had an open putt. So he achieved that. Hole 12's alternate basket, as you can see, is actually on the right side of the fairway. I think it's going to be an excellent alternate basket. It's going to bring the road to play even more and potentially ace run. Slight flex forehand or a straight to it backhand. Either one can get there. I think it's going to be an exciting alternate basket location. So as we look at it, so Kelley is now 5 up. We have, I believe, 7 holes to go. So Darius needs to start getting very aggressive and start getting some of these holes back. It can be done. You know, to come back from here, it definitely can be done. We've seen some matches in this match play where... Here's Darius for a second. And he definitely gave it a run. Just hit the high part of the tree. First one, but looked to be a good line. You know, anything can happen in match plays. We've seen some of our match plays go all the way to the last hole because of some crazy flips. So let's see what Ben decides to do here. Looks like he's going to hyzer putt. He can take the hole here. Just hits the band, so Darius has an opportunity here to have the hole, not limit the damage, and see if he can't make a run at it after this. And he just misses. I mean, it looked like that hit all kinds of chains. You can tell he is absolutely just done with it. Kelley's going to take hole 12. He'll go 6 up. I believe it will be Dormy. We'll meet you on hole 13. Hole 13, par 3. Playing about 290, 265 to the normal pin. Probably 290, 295 up to the new pin. It's a really hard pin to get to now. I believe we're Dormy here, so Darius needs to win each hole from here on out in order to continue the match. So he's talking with his caddy.
Yeah, I'm not seeing you hide your back end. That's why I'm throwing a roller back.
Alright, so you've heard him. He's attempting the roller. Darius' tee shot. And really good roller. If it stood up just a tad more, it'd have been really good. So you hear him. He was absolutely trying to be hyper aggressive with that type of roller. Can't disagree there. Had to do whatever you can. Even a road shot would have been okay. Whatever you have to do. Whatever you feel like is your best chance to be aggressive and possibly get up there for 2. You know your competitor's sitting at 30 feet. He can lay up and take a par. So we get in the mindset here, you know. Darius is pretty free to just do what he needs to here and do whatever. He knows where he's at. So he can be hyperrespiratory. He goes OB. Unlike stroke play, if you don't want to go OB here on hole 13, that's crazy. But in match play, who cares? You need to be aggressive. You need to get a hole. You can absolutely run this because you know your not your partner, but your opponent can just lay this shot up for a 3. So you need a 2. So let's see what Darius decides to do here.
Oh, yeah, one rock this big.
So here's Darius to make a 2. He needs to get some magic here.
Oh, Darius.
Low releases it. He's probably 10 feet away.
I bet you won't hit the basket and roll backwards.
Trying to goad his opponent. Let's see if Kelley takes it. His second. And he was trying to run that a tad. But once Kelley taps this in, the hole is pretty much halved. He gives it. Kelley wins 6 and 5. We'll come back with potential player interviews.
What's up, guys? We're here. The match just ended. Here with Ben. Hey, Ben.
Hello.
How does it feel to absolutely destroy the #1 seed in the 2020 Amateur Match Play Championship for the Columbia bracket?
Dude, I'm so hyped right now. I've dreamed of this moment for forever. Like, I basically feel like a pro. like just beating someone whose skill is just unmatched in the entire state.
Yeah.
You just weren't feeling your putts today, and I was throwing my backhand well.
You named it right before the round. Paul Macbeth called me and he said, "You know what, man? Like, just win it. You know, you beat me multiple times. You know, every casual round we ever play together, you win." I'll be honest, man. I was really looking forward to beating Clint in the the next round, but looks like you're gonna have to do that for me. So, what are you gonna do to beat Clint? And how bad are you gonna beat him? You gonna have it finished after hole 9?
Oh, dude, I'm just gonna stick to my game plan. Try and throw some smooth backhands and hope for the best. I'm just my adrenaline's rushing, so I'm shaking. I can't even handle it.
You might still, I understand. Well, look, you got Clint next round. Clint, watch out, man. This he's bad. I'm telling you, he's bad.
Coming for you.
We'll see you next round.